Give me the script, boys. How do we think this game's going? We haven't really we talked a little bit about Josh Allen. We've not talked a whole lot about the Bills team and how well they're actually playing, how important this game is to the Kansas City Chiefs. If we win this game, we go 4 points clear of anybody who's closest to us for the number one seed. We go 4 games clear. If we lose this game,
Or
four, because that would give the Bills 3 losses, plus we'd have a game head to head above. That's 4 games.
Steelers, 3 losses. We don't have a game above them yet.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Our closest
That one's going to be
but
down
are the
and dirty, though.
Steelers really our closest competition? It's the Ravens and it's the Bills. That's our closest competition. We have a head to head already on the
How about that,
Ravens,
man?
and we could have a head to head over the Bills here. That would give us 4 games clear of realistically our toughest competition. This game means a lot because if we lose this game to the Bills, now we've only got 1 game. Are we getting nervous
They'll
at all?
lose
How
a
good
few
is this
more.
Bills team?
Absolutely not. Whenever they play a good team, they shit down their legs. They are scared to play good teams. Josh Allen does not know where to go with the ball whenever they're playing a good pass defense. He struggled against a terrible pass defense in the Ravens, first of all. I'm not too scared about them. They're going to get their points. We're going to play down to their level, is what we do. It's going to be a close game by the end of it all. Patrick Mahomes pulls it out somehow in some crazy fashion because it's the Bills. Close game, though, 27-24 Chiefs.
Actually, I think it would be fitting for the refs to give us this game in Buffalo.
Would be
Fuck you.
fitting.
Uh, I think 34-33, big shootout, late field goal from your kicker that the internet loves because I put money on the Chiefs because they're plus money right now, and like you do that when you see a team like that in plus money. So there's a tidbit for you. And then yeah, I think just a lot of offense, not too much defense is played, I think, on Sunday afternoon. So
We know that Keon Coleman is out of this game. He was ruled out on Sunday, this past Sunday. So he's out, and then
Do
we're
we
gonna
know
have
Amari
to
Cooper?
Amari
Still
Cooper.
out?
We'll see.
I'm going to assume that he is in, but I did just scan by the injury report just a bit ago. Let me find that one again.
also Patty Mahomes though might I would say also take Patrick Mahomes plus a half interception and Josh Allen. They both throw one at least.
Uh, Amari Cooper was a late participant, a wrist issue.
Oh,
I
he's
would
playing.
probably
Yeah,
expect him
he's
to
playing.
play, especially with Keon Coleman out there. Absolutely going to need him.
Yeah.
And he's been
Um,
out for 2 weeks in a row now, so he's
I was
bound
about
to
to
come
say
back.
that's the even with Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper is the only wide receiver that would make me nervous from the Bills. I think if they eat us up anywhere, it's with their tight ends in the passing game.
yep.
I
What about
think
let James cook in the from out the
No,
backfield?
Tune
he's a
in,
running.
tune into Just the Tips, and
From
you'll find
from out
out.
of the
oh yeah,
backfield. From out of the
we
backfield.
we play well. I mean, in the passing game maybe, but we play the run pretty decently, and I don't think James Cook is the type of running back that's going to change that um, theme
Narrative.
narrative. Yeah.
There you go. You never know. Now's as good a time as ever. I think you guys are in a lot more trouble if you win this game than if you lose this game, personally, as well. I think
Why? What
I think
logic is
because
that?
all great teams need one loss. All great teams need one loss.
Except for
And
the undefeated teams, yeah.
okay, there's only been one. And apparently it doesn't even really count because they only played like 10 games to tie Bob. So so, but I mean, like all great teams with the exception of the Dolphins, I guess, need a loss to like kind of recenter their focus. I'm not saying you guys aren't focused right now, but Pat hasn't been playing his best. Your defense, I mean, they're playing great, but can they keep it up? For now, we think they can. They haven't showed anything that they can't, but if they can't, you know, and this is the game that they stumble and fall. I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, you're like, well, I'd rather lose to the Bills now than in the playoffs. And they always do. Like it happens a lot anyways. Like this is the game for you to lose, I think. That being said, of course, I have money on the Chiefs, so I hope it doesn't happen. But like, this is a better game for you to lose than to like the Steelers down the road later in the year, or I mean, if you're not
I
even
think
playing your
our
guys the last couple weeks of the season, then that doesn't really matter, I guess. But and that's a
at
different
this
can of
point,
worms. But like,
I
I
think
think
our hatred for the Bills outweighs trying to go for the undefeated season. I do think this team is probably going to pick up a loss or two down the stretch, and it will refocus the team. But fuck the Bills. We hate the Bills. We hate the Bills. And the last two games, Patrick Mahomes has not thrown an interception, so he's trending in the right direction in that sense. And I think if we just simplify a couple of things, we can take care of business. Pat Mahomes doesn't have to put everything on his shoulders. Pat Mahomes literally just has to play some sound football. Zero interceptions the last 2 weeks. As long as that trend continues, I know
he's
you
due.
guys are saying otherwise. As long as that trend continues, like fuck, the Chiefs look pretty goddamn safe. When does Omenihu come back? He's not playing in this game, right? When does Omenihu come
Uh,
back?
he and Isaiah Pacheco have, I believe, opened up their 21-day window. Andy Reid stated in a press conference that he does not believe that either one
So
will be available for this game,
yeah,
but
and
they
we're not
should be
gonna get a
back
straight
within the next
answer
couple of
until
weeks.
it's like we're activating
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
And
The one
Juju should be active for this
Juju
game as
should be
well.
active. Yep,
For the
Juju should
game,
be
for this
active.
game.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yep. So he should be. I'm still going to be expecting to see. Uh, Maybe probably a lot of 12-man personnel, to be honest. With where we are at our left tackle situation, we have not yet brought Donovan Smith in, so do not expect him to be in or available for the game should he be brought in. He would not be available for the game against the Buffalo Bills. So expect us to continue to run with either Wanya Morris or with Kingsley there at the left tackle position, which means that we're going to have a lot of chipped blocks. We cannot let the left tackle be on an island by himself. Otherwise, this Bills defense will eat. They do have a good pass rush, no matter how bad Von Miller is and has been this season and even last year. Um, you cannot let him get a free run or whoever else is on that defensive line because they are still pretty strong. So, got to have that 12-man personnel at least. I think Tybo, you said it last week that Carson Steele cannot go in the backfield. And in this
Yeah,
game, I
dude, I
don't
was
want to
just
see
about to
him
as
at all.
if you were about to finish up, I was about to say, do not expect Carson Steele in
Yeah.
the backfield.
Do not expect him to get a single rep this week because the liability that he has been in the pass pro game and honestly in his game just in general, outside of like a fullback handoff to get a quarter of a yard, not really reliable at this point in time. And so, with what we need there, with the help at the left tackle position, we've got to keep Pat clean, and that's the only way that we're going to succeed in this game. Because if Pat's getting rushed like he was against the Broncos, we might be in for it.
Yeah, formation and play calling wise, expect to see tight ends on the left side and expect to see Samaje Perine in uh, passing downs and expect him going to the left side to help with the left tackle.
When this might be a dumb question, I thought Von Miller was down in Texas for what he did there. When did he get back to Buffalo?
He had a multi-game suspension, but that was towards the beginning of this season. I believe it was
Oh,
four
that was
games,
earlier.
six
I guess there
games.
was just not a lot
Four
of
or
news when he
six.
came back. I feel
He
like
hasn't been doing shit.
Yeah, he
because he
hasn't
just
done
hadn't done
anything.
shit.
He's been
Yeah.
he's been he's been
Well, I mean,
really
I
bad.
feel like I would have at least gotten like an update, like Von Miller back from suspension, first game today. Like even like something like that. Not like, oh, he goes off, but like just something that he's
Yeah,
back.
a
3-4 years
40-year-old
ago, definitely, yeah, but not now.
the 40-year-old defensive end. Shocker that nobody says shit about him.
Yeah, that's fair. Was he defensive
uh
player of the year though once?
Many
Once.
years ago. Once.
Once?
Once a long time ago.
They won a Super Bowl though.
A long time
Yeah,
ago.
A
when
Long time
long
ago.
time ago.
That
Peyton
was
Manning was the
almost a
fucking
decade ago.
quarterback,
Yeah, I
guys.
know. Peyton Manning had a fused fucking spine and he couldn't turn his head. He was just slinging it.
Do not expect the Chiefs to lose the turnover battle in this game. This is the one of the few times where we're actually going to come away with a bunch of turnovers. Do not expect us to lose this turnover battle, and we will walk away as victors in the end.
Yeah, I
No
honestly
shit. You
think
win the turnover battle and you win the game, huh?
I
Doesn't always happen.
I think the DBs, I think our DBs are hungry right now. They haven't played great. The past 2 games, Pat hasn't thrown an interception, so the pressure hasn't been on. I think it was definitely more on in the Broncos game than it was the game before. However, that means the DBs, at least in my opinion, should be fucking hungry to play well in this game and shut down the nobodies that are on the goddamn Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
That it?
don't expect a lot of skill players from Buffalo to do anything big. It's going to be all Josh Allen centered. He's going to have to move the chains a lot by running the ball. He'll get a deep pass or two, but it won't go to the same person twice. So don't expect a lot from their skill players this game.
I'm expecting a touchdown to like the fucking backup tight end, like names that we don't know, or I guess Dawson Knox is their backup tight end.
Yeah, we know that
Dalton
name.
Kincaid is unless he's hurt. I don't. He
Well,
might be. I
Dalton
can't. I'm
Kincaid
not
is
sure.
starting above Dawson Knox. I
Oh,
think
he's
he's
the
going to
starter
start.
now. I thought Dawson
Has
Knox was
been.
still the starter.
I don't think
Oh
Has
so.
been.
wow.
God, this guy doesn't watch
Yeah.
football.
They still. I don't watch the Bills. That's for sure. I don't watch enough of them. But yeah. Damn. Well, anyways, they don't score enough though. Like I feel like they really don't. Like their tight ends don't score a lot. It's gonna have to be.
But
It's
that's
gonna have
kind
to
of the
be
weak
tight
point of the
ends.
defense is linebackers in coverage, and
don't
that's
don't expect don't expect James Cook to have a lot of rushing yards. I think they will have to utilize him out of the backfield. With dumps, pass off, like dumping passes under pressure and stuff like that to him in the flats and whatnot and in the backfield. So gonna have to do that. Maybe a screen here or there too. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be an uphill battle for the Bills.
My player to watch in this game, and Sean's probably going to hate me for taking him because
Yep,
it's his guy
yep,
too.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Jaden Hicks.
Damn you.
100% watch this guy. He doesn't come away with an interception this week, but he has been a ball hawk. Anytime that he goes in for a tackle, expect a fumble,
I'm
scoop, and
expecting
score.
2 hit sticks in this game from him.
2 hit sticks, a fumble, a forced fumble, and he's going to return that forced fumble for a touchdown.
we need guys like that to win this kind of game. We
Nitty
need
and
those
gritty.
guys to get fired up to hit the shit out of these fucking.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say Xavier Worthy is my player to watch in this game.
I was
He's
going to
had
go with him too. I'm glad you did.
cuff, rough couple of weeks recently, but what better way to have a big game against the Bills? Somebody we hate.
Two 30
right
plus
there.
yard catches. He's walking away with at least one touchdown from a big pass.
2 30+ yard catches. Finishes with 4 catches for 92 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 rushes.
He's closing his eyes. He's seeing in the future.
I'm seeing it. I'm looking in the future. 2 rushes, 22 yards.
Okay.
Bet that.
Tybo doesn't believe that.
No, it's just that how do you get so specific in betting that on that type of shit?
Over under.
But I'm damn good at foreshadowing because my player to watch is going to be Samaje Perine. Outside of talking about getting back to the basics in the play action game, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, I think they're going to play huge roles as they always do. But Samaje Perine is going to be out there on passing downs. He's going to help with the blocking scheme and the pass protection. And I think this might be a game where Pat has to do something crazy at the goal line and miss a couple of defenders and hit the running back as he's leaking out and trying to move with Pat. He's made some crazy plays to Jerick McKinnon in recent years, and Samaje Perine is now in that role. And I don't think it's quite happened to the scale of Jerick McKinnon. But that speaks to that man's ability versus the kind of back that Samaje Perine really should be. Because he's definitely a bigger guy to be considered a receiving back, and that's kind of been a narrative about him. So,
I would say watch out for the interior defensive line of the Buffalo Bills. If they want a chance to win, they're gonna have to slow down Kareem Hunt up the middle. They have a nice and seasoned, kind of squad there in the middle. Quentin Jefferson, Ed Oliver's also on that, interior defensive line as well. So they have some experience there, and they're gonna have to, again, just slow down the Chiefs' front three to just keep the game in front of them and not get on their heels necessarily. So that's going to be a big key for them, and it's going to be a battle because it always is with again that front three that you guys have. So yeah, watch the guys getting down and dirty in the middle there. Should be a fun time.
The Chiefs will go into Buffalo and play the Bills, and the Vegas sports books have this one at Bills favored by 2 here. Tommy's already put his money down. I think we've all already called it. Unless Tommy is changing his answer here, what do we got?
A
I'm not
team
fucking-
ride.
I was about to say I'm not saying the fucking Bills.
Yeah, no. Chiefs plus the money.
Pats 11-3 straight up against being an underdog and 12-1-1 against the spread. You have to take Pat Mahomes every single time
Gotta love
as
it.
an underdog. It's amazing.
Got to. If you're not taking Pat as an underdog, you're a bad better.
Or you're a hater. You're probably a hater.
Bad
Probably a hater.
Bills.
Well, that is NFL Week 11, Chiefs, Bills. Make sure to join us back next week as we cover everything that has happened in this game and the Chiefs walking away
Hip-hop
a
happened.
solid 10-0. Till next time, go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
That's all, folks.